Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to Flight Sim 2020. How's everyone doing? Hey, thanks for subbing, AE. Glad you made it to the stream. How are you? How's your journey back to flight simulation? Hope you are enjoying as much as we all are. Thanks for joining, everybody. Scotsman, really first this time. How are you? Glad you managed to join Disney Plus. I still haven't subscribed. Maybe when they release a free first month or something. We'll see how it goes. Freddy, if you're still here, hi, or maybe bye. Have a good one. Yeah, flying today. Patrick, welcome back, man. Were you hunting with Jack? Sorry I couldn't drop by earlier. Happy flying. Hey, Bunky. Thanks for dropping by. Where are you off to today? Dr. Jones, welcome back. How's it going? Where have you guys been flying or trucking? Today we are going to enjoy more of the UK. Let me start up Skypark here. Then let me know how it looks on your end. That should be okay right there. Okay. Launch Skypad. Watching him hunt this time. Hopefully they got some good stuff. Caribbean. Oh, that's a new contract. That's a new set that I unlocked. Not sure how. Maybe that's new really. But for now, we are starting things off here in the UK in Newcastle. I did an offline flight in Newcastle and I enjoyed the view. Remind me a bit of Italy in a way from above because it was pretty hilly and lots of like houses and buildings all across the hills. Very nice. We'll probably roam around this point, tour you around a bit before we proceed to our next leg here. But yeah, looks pretty good so far. Let me also load up Bushtalk Radio so we can enjoy some guided tours along the way. Also, my monitors finally arrived, and these ones I can say are officially my own now, no longer loaned from Asus. So they gave me a discount. They let me keep one of the monitors, and then they gave me a discount on the other two ones. So all these three monitors are now officially mine. Finally, great. And I was able to reposition them, move them up a bit higher. I think that all in all contributes to a better experience for me. And hopefully for you as well, because that would be, the camera angle is just a tad different. Newest version of the monitors, I think so. VG27AQ, I do notice a few differences here and there with versus the old one that I kept. So it's something like the G-Sync label, slightly different behavior, very, very subtle changes, but for the most part it's the same. But it's slightly better than newer ones. So where are we going? Echo Golf November Tango is Newcastle. Thanks, Martians. Hey, Eric. Welcome back. Raid. Still getting back into MSFS. Lost all your settings yesterday. Oh, crap. I saw that. It eventually got fixed. How did you fix it? Because I saw that some other people encountered a similar problem in the forums. I was reading through the forums. I'm not sure how they managed it, but you're not alone there. Okay, pretty dark right now. Can maybe make it a bit afternoonish, like maybe we can start off 3 p.m. because I was flying over here and during sunset it looked beautiful, and maybe we can do some night flying as well for a change. So maybe start things off in 3:20 and then let's see, because sunset is around 5 something. Yeah, that might work. Something like this. So start things off in Newcastle. The clouds are not a very good sign. We might have to fake the weather. Interestingly enough, yeah, the winds are coming from the southwest now. Or west, for in this case, exactly from the west. Okay, cool. 2-5 right. Let's pick a small GA ramp like so. Yeah, that works. Ramp 62. Let's load it up and I'll get back to chat. Had something to do with the store. Someone published a registry hack to get back your settings. Wow, that's intense. Do you have the Microsoft version or the Steam version? I have the Microsoft version. I hope I wasn't affected. Not sure yet though, I haven't seen. Well, we'll see. The newest monitors are the VG27AQ1A. How do you check? Maybe that's what I have. Maybe that's why. It still says VG27A in the box. You have the MS version, I see. Did you have to adjust your flaps in the config file? To be honest, I didn't. Maybe I haven't flown one of those impacted or heavily impacted planes. But so far on the Mooney, which you'll be flying with, maybe it feels a bit different, but for the most part, it feels good. It's okay. It's not too bad. 1 second, guys. I had a problem with the rudder in my previous flight. Now I think it looks good. Alright, that's perfect. Let me make it that bit closer. MS version. Hopefully I don't get the same issue. Looks like it's not everyone that has it. Okay, resume. And from here we go to Charterhall, Echo Golf, Foxtrot, Quebec. But first things first. Start up the plane here. Open things up. Looking good there. No frames lost whatsoever. Turn on the batteries. I really love the sounds here. Carenado is going to release a new plane, the Piper Arrow 3. And Just Flight is going to release the same plane, I think. Just different generations, but both Piper Arrow 3. But different, like the Arrow from Just Flight, I think is from the 70s. The one from Carenado is, I don't know, maybe 80s. I'm not sure which one I'm getting because the Carenado one looks better in terms of textures. But I think in terms of simulation, the Just Flight one is more simulated. Now, do we have... I think we have... Don't think that's working. Clear skies. Okay, live weather then. Make that live weather. Let's see how that looks. There we go. Not too bad. I'll take that. That's actually pretty scenic. I like. Pretty overcasty scenic. Not really overcast. More like broken maybe or scattered. Close enough. Close the door there. Get in, everybody. We're starting off this plane. Mixture full. Propeller full. Throttle full. Boost pump on. There you go. And let's start this plane off. Oh, it's so hard to see. To click rather. There we go. Very nice sounds. Boost pump can go off. Elevator trim goes on. Avionics can go on as well. Beacons should have enabled that. Is it me or are the clouds moving? They are moving, aren't they? They're pretty low clouds and you can see them moving very slowly. Creeping towards you. Very realistic look. Love it. Actually, that's a very nice screenshot from there. Gee, clumsy. On the ramp. Let's take a shot there. Any big issues in the last patch? Haven't played in a while. Not really. I mean, it's all good for me. Some problems with performance, but I think that's more because there are too many people, because I do have live traffic enabled and AI, live traffic for AI and real players online showing in. So I think that might contribute to it. But right now I don't think there's anyone in the vicinity. That is looking good. Let's see if the weather will turn later. If it will change. Where should we be going again? Echo Golf, Foxtrot, Quebec. Okay, let's plug that in. Let me turn off track IR so that it doesn't fidget so much. And let's plug that in here. So, flight plan. Can we reset that? Let's do it properly. So first we'll put in here Echo Golf November Tango, which is Newcastle, where we're coming from. And then the next waypoint, let's just go direct to the other airport. November Tango. And if I remember the other one, it's what? Foxtrot, Quebec, was it? Add that waypoint. And add that one here. Oh my goodness. Who is that? Hey Alex, how are you, man? I was hunting. I lurked a little bit during the stream. I had to leave though. Had to hang my clothes. How was your hunt? AKW driver. Depends on who Just Flight gets to do the simulation. If it's aeroplane heaven, then you agree. I see. So it's not really a sure thing. Thanks for that, because I don't really have much experience with him. Charterhall Airfield, is that the one? Indeed it is. Okay. So yeah, I might actually buy the Carenado one, because this one, the plane I'm flying right now, is from Carenado, and I'm pretty happy with it. Not study level by far, but for casual flights, works very good. Very nice sounds, very beautiful aesthetics. It works, it flies great. So for casual flying like this, I think it's more than enough. Track should be 333. Let me plug that in again here. 333. And then the runway heading for us. Yay. Not really. 25. Okay, 25. So let's put that something like that. Let me turn on little nav map as well, so I have additional guidance on where we are. Oh, there's a new little nav map version 2.6.9. I haven't downloaded that yet. I'll do that later. Alright, so that's Newcastle. You can see the winds are coming from the southwest. The runway 25 is perfect for that. 248 on the heading for the runway, and we'll need to do a back taxi. So we'll make a U-turn, do a back taxi, runway 25, and we'll depart from there. 214 at 11 knots are the current winds. I can take that. Now in terms of this one, I'll have to manually plug in. There's actually an option to automate this, but I'm not very comfortable with it, because you have to type in your username, password, and save it to a text file, which seems very unsecure to me. Alright, close that. Follow me. Can it detect where we are? Yes, it can. Okay, good. That's working. Alright, so first let's go and tour around Newcastle. Should be some nice places, and should be some nice views with landmarks. So we'll see how that looks. Hunt was good. Jack couldn't find any turkeys. Oh. Okay, there you go. Altimeter. Parking brake is off. Recall taxi lights on. Let's turn on nav lights as well, so that we're more visible. Did we have to go again? Hear that sound, right? Yeah, Carenado is very good at that. The models they make and the sounds they have, very nice in general. Let's go higher a bit, that one. So there should be a taxiway here. Yeah, that's the one. Entering the runway. That's runway 25 on our right. So we'll be turning right there. Right now, the wallpapers I have in my desktop, have you seen it? I'm not sure if I can show it. But yeah, there's for my flight going here in Newcastle. Looks very good. Strobes going on, landing lights going on as well. Entering the runway. Runway looks clear. The one Porsche engine in Mooney, I'm not so sure actually. This is the Mooney Ovation M20R. Flaps going down for takeoff. To be honest, I'm not very familiar with this plane. I only bought it because, man, it looks good. And I was craving for a GA plane with steam gauges, because most of the planes that come with the default package from Microsoft are having that G1000 avionics, and it doesn't feel very good to me having a G1000 on a GA plane. It doesn't look, it's very functional, but doesn't give me the vibes for like a proper GA VFR flight. M20L, little nav map. Yes, it is like the, are you familiar with 4Flight? I always say this, I treat it as like the 4Flight of flight simulation. It is one of the most powerful tools you can have, little nav map, and I cannot recommend it enough. It does take a significant effort though to learn it. There's a steep learning curve, so many buttons, so many features, but once you do get the hang of it, you'll love it. One sec guys, I do feel like something is strange. Let me just double check my rudder. So sensitivity, it's almost in the middle. Okay, because in one of my flights, the center of the rudder was somewhere like this. So now I'm paranoid and I have to check every flight if that's that way. Hear the birds chirping. Oh, that's not in the sim. That's outside my house. Birds hanging out by the balcony. Okay, back taxi complete. Can loop around here. Bushtalk Radio. You'll hear it in a bit. But it's basically a good way to explore areas, because it's a system. So you connect to their system, to their server, and you link up your flight sim to them so they know where you are. And depending on where you are, when you fly over some of the areas, there will be someone who talks and gives you a tour of what you're seeing. Like for example, you see a cathedral, then they will tell you something about that cathedral. Anyway, I'll show you in a bit. You should be flying over them shortly. Alright. Hopefully didn't miss anything, didn't go through any checklist. Right rudder, little bit off, left aileron, deflection, airspeed's alive. That was quick. Whoa, there we go, there we go. Just keep it steady, maintain runway heading, and we're good. Positive rate, tap the brakes, gear up. Slowly let go of the rudder. There you go. Good. So where I wanted to go is there, to the left, and let's hope that there is some guided tours there. So I got a comment in YouTube telling me that in real planes, you actually have to let go of the throttle first, the manifold pressure, lessen the manifold pressure. So let's lessen that to 23. Before we lessen the RPM, before we pull the blue knob to lower the RPM. You can hear the RPM lowering right there. So I'll follow it so that it's more accurate. Parakeets. the chirping while we were taxiing, yeah. The cabin was very shaky. Goodness, crabbing quite a bit here. We have 37 knots, guys. 37 knots of wind coming from our right there. So you can see how crabbed we are here. Yeah. This is why I wanted to fly with live weather. My goodness, that's very crabby. Love it though. Yeah, let's stick to 1,000 feet. Let me get the proper mixture here. Lean it out, lean it out. You can see the EGT rising, 1560, 1580. The peak is at 1585. Lean of peak would be something around 1540, 1530. There you go. We are now lean of peak. So we are at the best fuel economy, sacrificing a little of the speed for better fuel economy, more or less. Landing lights should be able to go off. Keep the others on though. Good. And actually flaps can go off. Something I forgot to retract. Let's see if we'll have some. I think we do have some waypoints, some landmarks in here. We go down lower. Let's get closer. So that's St. James Park on the right or in the middle, and then on the left that's something else. So we'll tour around them. Let's go closer and I'll see. You know what, let me go full mixture here for now. Let me lean it later once we get closer, once we get to cruise. St. James Park doesn't look like a park to me. There they go.
St. James's Park is a football stadium in Newcastle upon Tyne, England. It is the home of Premier League club Newcastle United FC with a seating capacity of 52,388. It is the 8th largest football stadium in England. St. James's Park has been the home ground of Newcastle United since 1892 and has been used for football since 1880. Throughout its history, the desire for expansion has caused conflict with local residents and the local council. This has led to proposals to move at least twice in the late 1960s, and a controversial 1995 proposed move to nearby Leazes Park. Reluctance to move has led to the distinctive lopsided appearance of the present-day stadium's asymmetrical stands. Besides club football, St. James's Park has also been used for international football, at the 2012 Olympics, for the Rugby League Magic Weekend, Rugby Union World Cup, Premiership and England Test matches, charity football events,
so St. James Park is a stadium.
And as a set
Interesting.
For film and reality television.
Nice, thank you. Right, let's take the next one. Is Tyne Bridge. Oh, I want to take a photo there. You have to get closer though. Yay, yay! Welcome, guys. I'll catch later who got that, who played that. But for now, focus on the bridge. Play it for me.
The Tyne Bridge is a through-arch bridge over the River Tyne in northeast England, linking Newcastle upon Tyne and Gateshead. The bridge was designed by the engineering firm Mott, Hay and Anderson, who later designed the Forth Road Bridge.
Pause first because I have to take a photo. There it is. Let's hide those landmarks. I'll get back to chat in a bit, guys. Sorry, just a bit preoccupied with all the happenings, the photo taking and whatnot. Get back to you shortly, okay? That looks good to me, although the road there doesn't look very good. You can see the road touching the water. Doesn't look very comfortable. Just take a photo right there. Looks good. Right. And let's play that tour.
The Tyne Bridge is a through-arch bridge
over
the River
with
Tyne
this
in
flight
northeast
here.
England, linking Newcastle upon Tyne and Gateshead. The bridge was designed by the engineering firm Mott, Hay and Anderson, who later designed the Forth Road Bridge, and was built by Dorman Long and Company of Middlesbrough. The bridge was officially opened on the 10th of October 1928 by King George V and has since become a defining symbol of Tyneside. It is ranked as the 10th tallest structure in the city. On the 23rd of August 2018, the bridge became one of the 0.01% of structures in England which are Grade 2 listed. The rating means the bridge is a particular important structure of more than special interest.
Interesting. Thanks for the trivia. Look at this beautiful city, Newcastle. So I like it. So far, my favorite city in the tour is Newcastle because it's pretty dense in a way, but not too much like London, and not as many people in here. And we have still a lot of landmarks. So this is my like a good mix of quiet and still having a lot of variation. So I really like flying through here. Lots of very unique looking stuff. Pretty cool. Yeah, Bushtalk Radio, Mark of the Martians. Come back, Mark. Good evening, Blazing. How are you? 1.5 years together. Goodness, Arianus. Thanks, man. Appreciate the support. How are things going on your end? Are you flying often? Thanks for sharing pics of your... How do you call... Is it a him or a her again? Your dog. Super adorable. Seems like he's enjoying the weather. I think it's a he, if I remember correctly. Hey, Gamaste. How did you make it work and what was your error? Beautiful place here. Lovely. The homeowners might not like me buzzing through them this close though. But okay. Let's get back those waypoints. I think we have one more. We have one here straight ahead. Okay. This might be a cathedral of some sort. This is what I mentioned. Like, I remember Italy mainly because of the landscape. So you can see at least it's not totally flat. There are some very shallow hills. And you have houses, you have buildings all over them. And it's just a very nice transition, a very nice scenery that you have, like varied elevations, but still you have all these buildings. Hey, Deso, finally got my monitors. These are mine now officially. I was telling the guys about it a while ago. I'm happy with them, enjoying it a lot. Right, Angel of the North. Ah, yes. This is a very small landmark though. You can hardly see it. I think you can see it better on the road, but when you're like 1,000 feet up, it's very hard to see. We'll try though. We'll do a pause when we get there. I think we even have this in ETS2 if I remember correctly. When you pass through one of the roads here in Newcastle, you'll see it. Do you guys remember seeing Angel of the North in ETS2? Can't remember if that was pro mods or default map, but we'll need to go very low here so we can see it, and then I'll do active pause while the lady is speaking. I'll try to take a photo. And look at the houses here, right? Looks very nice. My goodness. And all of this is automatic. You just go here, load stuff in, let it load. No need for ortho photos, no need for custom downloads or manual work. Just go here, fly, and you get all this scenery. This is why I love this sim, despite all the bugs that have been introduced. All in all, still fairly stable. Once you get to the sweet spot. Wouldn't update MSFS because of the Windows update. Ah, how did you make it work? Him, it's a him. Ah, Damien. My goodness, such an adorable dog. How many years old is he? I'll be waiting for some more photos. I'm a fan of Damien now. Damien fan club. Unable to load. Do you have any mods in your community folder? Some of them are incompatible. Even simple things like liveries can cause the sim to not finish loading, like stuck in the loading bar. Angel of the North tour coming up.
The Angel of the North is a contemporary sculpture designed by Anthony Gormley, located in Gateshead, Tyne and Ware, England. Completed in 1998, it is a steel sculpture of an angel, 20 meters tall, with wings measuring 54 meters across.
Let's go to drone.
The wings
here
are angled 3.5 degrees forward to create, according to Gormley, a sense of embrace. The angel, like much of Gormley's other work, is based on a cast of his own body. It is Britain's largest sculpture and is said to be the largest angel sculpture in the world.
Goodness,
the
it is
artwork
pretty
stands
large.
on a hill at Low Ayton in Lamesley Parish, overlooking the A1 and A167 roads and the East Coast Main Line rail route, south of the site of Team Colliery.
How's that for scenery? How's that for a thumbnail, guys? Does that work? Maybe rotate it a bit. The power of this sim. Beautiful. Do a barrel roll. You have passed that angel. Oh, nice. Is it as it looks? Yarjack. Sorry, couldn't drop by hand hunting. Actually, I did, but I was just lurking. Had to leave though. Blame my clothes. Your house is right next to this. Oh, go and wave. We'll look for you. There he is. There's Jordan. Hey, Jordan. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for waving there. I see your house from here. How are things? Oh man, I love this tour. So yeah, Newcastle is my favorite so far. Absolutely enjoying the Newcastle tour. There's your house. You saw it? Oh, that is so cool. Did anyone see the tweet from Asobo about having to adjust the flap coefficient? Yes. In many planes, I think it's a necessity. Although I personally haven't, because I've only flown 2 planes since the update, this Mooney and the CJ4, and both of them were not really that much impacted by the bug from what I was able to gather. Although some people have reporting, like the Caravan in particular, got it the worst, I think. But I think all in all, you can adjust a bit. It won't feel the same, but you should be able to adjust. Look at how the city looks from above, like this one. And with all those clouds just creeping in slowly. My goodness, this just looks so good. Sorry guys, it's not a stable flight, but yeah, the winds are kicking me around all over the place. Ada, not been to Manchester yet. Not yet there. Hopefully soon, so you can tour us around. Why are you so close to the windscreen? You're nearly licking it. Hey, Rampage. Here? Are we? Well, that's the default view. And the chair is... Oh yeah, you're right. I am pretty close, huh? Let's go back a bit. Maybe that one. How about that? That's a bit closer to the chair, I think. We'll have to save this as the custom view though. 1 second. That one. Oh, I'll adjust it later. That's okay. Just think of it that we're super excited right now. So we're leaning forward. And my water spilled. It's okay. I'll fix it later. Where's this? Newcastle. What's your opinion about Newcastle? Almost 3 years now, Damien. Oh, late March, have a birthday. Nice. I'll be waiting for the birthday celebration. Job an Airbus contractor until end of 2021, working as QA for systems development for the new A220 corporate jet. Wow, that sounds fun. Right, let's lean here. 1580, so around 1530. That's good. I'll trim it here. Let's follow this road, this highway. See where it leads us. You guys know where this leads? Let me have a look at the little nav map. Where this is. This is the. Sorry, 79. Is that a highway? I think it's not the big one. But this road right here on our left is 79. I do miss traveling like this though. The IFR, I follow roads, kind of flying. You can even see the road on the map there. That might actually work, huh? My goodness, the weather in front of us not looking very good though. Might have to adjust here. Hopefully don't have to fake the weather. You can adjust some planes but not deluxe or premium ones. Oh yeah, that's a very good point, Skipper. Welcome back to the stream, or welcome to the stream rather. Yeah, that's a very good point. So they need to fix those by themselves. Because right now their advice is to manually change it, but you can't really do that with the premium planes. Good point. 787 project ongoing. I think so, but they mostly deal with workarounds. Like the longitude mod is basically working by overwriting all of the, or skipping through all of the locked files. So he's making his own file, and in that way he can tweak the flap coefficient as necessary. But yeah, it has to be like a workaround of a workaround. Home of the original Yo-Yo Football Club. Sunderland Black Cats. We got a little bit of that when we were touring around St. James Park, which apparently isn't a park, it's a stadium. Very interesting name. Hate that place, cold and windy. Isn't that how it is for like most of the UK? A320 was pretty bad before fly-by-wire fixed it. Takeoff like 20 knots before VR and really floaty on landing. I see. So some planes really got affected. Yeah, I guess I don't fly that much, so I don't really notice it that bad, because I don't have like a memory on how this thing should exactly fly. So I basically just wing it every time. It feels like I'm still floating. Set it down. It feels like I'm still descending too fast. Pull it up. But I don't have like why is this floating more than before? So I'm like clean slate every time. Tabula rasa. Is that how you say it? Why am I climbing so hard here? I'm trying to look for the road, but I can't find it. Should be on our left. One second, let me go outside. There it is. It's a very small road. Very small road. I didn't actually see that's the road already. Barely separating the farms, the fields. St. James Park is home of Newcastle FC. Sorry for that. Yeah, Nightbot is pretty strict when it comes to links. You'll have to ask for permission first, and then you can post it. Let me know if you... Okay. I see your message, Skipper. Yeah, I voted there if I remember correctly, but I think that's also been addressed by Microsoft. So Skipper was linking something about vote in the forums, in the Flight Simulator forums, like a petition so that Microsoft will unlock the premium files. But I think they answered that in a Q&A explicitly already, that are not planning on doing that. Hope they change their mind though, because yeah, the premium planes don't really feel that premium with all the incompleteness. And usually it's the community who takes care of filling in the gaps, but in this case, if those are locked, then how can the community do that? So I'm fully in support of that unlocking thing. It does open up the way for piracy though, so we don't really want that. So we have to find a good middle ground. Boeing 787XE mod implementing all MFS pages and improving the FMC. That looks promising. Maybe I'll get to learn it eventually. Looks like we are pretty close to the airport, destination airport. Let me see. If I move out here, let me look for Echo Golf Foxtrot Quebec. Okay, so we can take the road parallel to this one, the A697. You guys familiar with that? That's this road on the left. You can see the map. Let me zoom in there. See the map right there. That road is the A697. Maybe A697. Would be a better way to read that. So let's go and find that and follow it all the way to the airport. Let's do an IFR kind of flight here. I do like those kinds of things. We did this once back in X-Plane with ortho photos with Orbix scenery in the UK as well. So it should be possible as well here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hey Richard, Iberia DLC. Welcome back, man. No news about Iberia. Oh my goodness, overcast. Yeah, we are entering very bad weather here. Looks like we're also entering some hilly places, so I might actually have to climb here. We'll see. We'll figure it out when we get closer. Probably not how you would want to hear your pilot speaking. We'll figure it out when we get there. We'll wing it. That makes me wonder where the wing it term is coming from. One sec, huh? Mrs. Clumsy just messaged me and she's right. Outside or on the other room. One sec, huh? I'm just multitasking here. Hopefully we don't crash. Okay, so let's go look for the road. Where? She should be on the left. A697. Where is it? There. You guys see anything? Might be a small road, huh? Am I looking too far away? Should be parallel to our heading here. I don't see it at all though. Keep the textures in models locked, just open the file for modding. I would totally support that. Yeah, I think that was all the request was about as well. We had no interest in the actual models, just the files, the config and the flight simulation files. But Microsoft doesn't seem to like it. Regardless, we can vote. So hopefully Microsoft can listen. Bonnie, Scotland. Whiskey A220 plane. Is Whiskey a developer? Wow, yes, I am looking forward to that one as well. Where's the joke? Maybe the joke is in the flying. Adrian's Wall. Hopefully the weather doesn't get worse. We'll see. Still can't find the road, guys. See anything? Going too fast here. Come on, trim it properly. Whiskey Jet Simulations is developing A220 for MSFS. Nice. I'll be waiting. Let me know when you get any news about it. Okay. I think the roads might be a bit more to the left there. Let's get closer. Because this one I think is so maybe 5 miles from here. Might be hidden behind those trees. So let's go on this path and see if we can find it better. The farmyards look amazing. Yeah, definitely agree. Thanks for following. Welcome to the channel, and feel free to join us in chat. Good stuff. Stay at 2,000 feet. There you go. Both hands on the yoke. Trim it out. Problem is with all this wind, 47 knots pushing us from our backs. Feels pretty gusty as well. Not the most stable time to fly, but we'll find a way. Somehow. Oh, I like the look of those hills. Thankfully, the sun is still able to pass through those thick clouds. So apparently not as thick yet. Not that dark yet. Let's see how that changes later. the farm lands look very nice indeed. Makes you want to go farming, huh? Look at how much we're grabbing. Oh, this is cool. Okay. Looking for the road still. Let's see. So the road, I think, is that one. Let's go outside. Help with the calving. I think you mentioned that. Is that the cow giving birth? That might be the road. That thin one. So there is an airfield right here. This is a road, I think. Oh, that's the river. This is the road. Okay. I can get behind that. It's very hard to see though. I think we have to use a different one for landmarks because this road is very thin. It's very hard to spot. Yeah, that's the one, I think. Yeah, right? That looks like a road to me. Yeah, there's a car right there. Yeah, that's the one. My goodness, no wonder it's so hard to find. That's a B road. But it says A697, so is it an A road? Oh, that wasn't a joke, okay? I'm serious. So that should bend to the left right here. If I can find it, my goodness. Yeah, that road would not be the best to use as a landmark. We should use the motorways instead. And instead of always looking at your instruments, one thing we could do is see the distance of our nose against the horizon. That should give us a good idea if we're flying level or not. So level flight on the Mooney in this angle will be somewhere like that one. That distance between your nose and the horizon. So you don't have to always look at the thing, the instruments. I have a bad feeling about this weather. Yikes. Any landmarks up ahead? We will see soon. Hey Sonoma, happy Wednesday. How are you? What have you been busy with these days? Okay, looks like the airport is coming up. Yeah, probably better to use the river in this case as a landmark, right? I mean, with visual flying, you would want to look at things that are visual. Makes sense? And even though that road is in the map, when you look outside you don't really spot it, so might as well use the river as a landmark instead. And any other thing that stands out. Maybe farms. That looks right. A697 is this one. Actually, yeah, A697 still. Echo Golf Foxtrot Quebec should be right in front of us. We can probably fly over it first. Get an idea of what runways there are. Should be here soon. Yeah, have a look. 0119 and 07. Oh, 07 only. Okay, interesting. 01 and 19ers. Okay, so based on the winds, runway 19er it is. So we can join the downwind to runway 19er. Let me plug that in here. 21201819er is that one. I'm just changing my heading bug so I have a reference on the runway heading. Okay, So we can turn right towards the downwind. Let's see if we can find the airport from here. I think we'll have to go outside. Oh, that's the one. Nice. Yeah, that looks clear enough. That looks like a proper airport. Although, crap, we do have some low clouds here coming up. Okay, let's turn in. Let's land there. Mixture full. PM full. I'll do a right downwind instead. Start descending here. Start slowing down. Sorry, that was the landing gear warning. When you pull your throttle too much and you don't have your landing gear, it complains. Right. Let's turn in here. 140 knots, that should be safe to deploy. First notch of flaps to slow us down. Let's continue our turn. 2,000 feet, I might be pretty high here. I'll get back to you guys in a bit. I'm just turning here. We should have a visual of the runway soon. Runway 19er. Crosswinds. I think these are pretty strong headwinds, thankfully, given the airport, the runway that we are targeting. That's the airport, I think. Yeah, might be. We are a bit far, that's good. So we'll have more time to adjust. Runway 19er. Where are you? Airport should be right in front of us, but I can't see it yet. 3.5 miles. Am I looking too far? Is that it? Not so sure. Anyway. No, that doesn't look like it's the one. Should be here. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. I see it. Okay. Visual on the runway. Landing gear going down. Lights going on. Wasn't planning on lowering that. There's the runway, guys, in front of me. You see it? Right there, where my mouse is. No lights whatsoever. Good. You're in the US and your game made you realize how little you know about UK geography. Yeah, same here. Same here. That's the great thing, though, isn't it? Going to places you're not familiar with and exploring places that you might normally not have access to. Super cool. Right. Going full flaps for landing. Have it in sight. We don't have the luxury of glide slopes or anything in here, so we'll just eyeballing it. No pappy lights, nothing. It's up to us. It is a pretty large runway though, 3,500, more than enough space for us to slow down, and we have, oh my goodness, 39 knots of headwind. So yeah, pretty good for stopping. And I'm expecting that when we get to the airport, that should get us, as we get lower, the wind should get less. Learning a lot, yeah. Same here. Love it. They are there, indeed. Sure thing, Alex. Skypark is amazing. Yeah. The curated tours are something I really like. And they're very active in the Discord with the support, with the marketing, and with the customer interaction. So you really feel like Edson and his team, they're pretty much there in Discord, and you can communicate with them. You can banter with them. You can just hang out with them. It feels great. Oh my goodness, that's very shaky. Do we have the landing gear down? Yes, we do. There's an indication that is hidden from my view there. That bright green thing which says landing gear down. Looks like we are a bit high. A bit fast. Oh, It's gusty. Okay. We don't need to rush landing since it's pretty large runway. There's no center line as well, at least not technically. Let's just land anywhere here. Throttle's going to idle. We are floating. Sorry, my bad. Just keep the throttle up. Lose the airspeed. There you go. Whew. The thing is with this plane, no matter how mild you land, as soon as the main landing gears touch, the nose wheel likes to go down like that. It doesn't feel good. Not a very subtle plane from the looks of it. Alright, so where we have to go is, I think we have to turn left here. Go around. And take the same one. There's a taxiway that leads us back to the beginning of that runway. There's our paper bag. Hey Stinkayama, welcome back, man. It's been a while. How are you? How are things there? Flaps moving for takeoff. There you go. Fuel. Actually, fuel's not in a good place. I should have switched a while ago. Better late than never. Boost pump on. Switching tanks. Boost pump off. So now we're using our right fuel tank. So you can see left fuel tank is 17 gallons, right is 24. This plane doesn't switch automatically. You have to manually do that. There you go. Taxiway at the end should lead us right to the runway again. Good morning, man. How's it going? Farmers making hay. Get you to go places, try different things, and learn to be a better pilot, like campaign mode. Yeah, exactly. It's campaign mode without the management side, so you still focus on being a pilot. You don't even buy your own plane. So it's really about flying and exploring. Aviate, navigate, communicate, and not aviate, navigate, communicate, manage. Which can be both a good and bad thing depending on what you're looking for. For me personally, I like it. On the other side of things, on air is amazing as well. And I've just been in the discussions with the guys. I've been seeing all the progress in our on-air VA. If you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to. If you have an on-air subscription, on-air VA of Clumsy Airlines, we are accepting new pilots. Our VA managers are very industrious. They've created lots of FBOs for us. We have a lot of bases already. And the network is growing. So we have a lot of legs. And it's perfect for airliners. What's the salary? The salary is, I think, currently set at 30%. 30% of the income that you get depending on the job you take. If I remember correctly. Subject to changes. Okay, runway 19er, we are back. Let's get back up in the air. Or maybe it's best, let's hang out here first. Okay. Because I was thinking about this. Let me set the parking brake. Turn off track IR for now. We're going to Dundee. Anyone familiar with Dundee? Looks like we have... okay. Looks like we have a couple of landmarks on the way if you want. Or this one. Chariots of Fire filming. Chariots of Fire. Isn't that a movie? Wet Sands Beach is the place itself. So we can plug in Echo Golf Papa November in the flight plan. Or what I think I'd like to do is make it a bit more of a challenge And what I want to do is do like a no GPS challenge kind of thing. So just use that as moving maps, maybe something like that. But don't plug in anything, because what I want to do is to plan things out in Little Nav Map and do this VFR. So if we need to go to Echo Golf Papa November, so that's our breadcrumbs right there coming from Newcastle. Echo Golf Papa November is right here supposedly. Dundee, where are you? Dundee is that one. Okay. Looks like a pretty large airport. Not really, 4,500, but more than enough. Okay, looks good. So I want to do this VFR. How do we do that? If we're coming from here in Charterhall Airfield and you want to do it VFR, we can say just head north until you reach the coast. Yeah, so and then we can follow the coast. That will be a good landmark. And then when the coast, so we follow the coast northwest, so around 330 maybe. My bad, no. 300 on the heading. So northwest, and then when the land starts to turn away from us. Oh, you guys want to explore Edinburgh? We can follow the coast all the way to Edinburgh. That can be a thing as well. Or we can follow this small road A697. I don't want it though. That's too small. Can hardly see anything. Doing good, Stinky. Doing good. Enjoying these flights. And having a fun time overall despite the restrictions. Making our way through. Yeah, these should be the landmarks that we follow. The motorways M8 here. Maybe after we reach Edinburgh, we can follow M90 north, crossing this bridge, 4th bridge, all the way to Dundee. Does that lead to Dundee? We'll have to branch off after a while, but that can be a thing. Yeah, okay, let's start in Edinburgh and I'll see from there. Okay, so let's do something like that maybe. So let's start from here, just to help you visualize what the overall plan is. So do that as departure. You start there, and that waypoint we follow the coast. So this is how powerful Little Nav Map is. You can go actual waypoints, or you can just put in arbitrary ones. Do something like that, and then we can follow the M90 here, or rather maybe remove that one, because I want to go and follow the motorway. So M8 first. M8, follow that to the junction, then turn right onto the M9 and then M90. So something like that, just following it through over the island. That looks pretty cool. And where is Dundee? Dundee is still all the way there. So we just follow this highway, this motorway all throughout, passing by Loch Leven. You guys familiar with that? And then go straight through until we reach a river, the River Tay. And from there we can follow that river all the way to Dundee. Sounds like a plan, right? Now if that's going to get followed, that's a totally different thing. But that's the idea. That's the idea. Now from a landmark point of view, let me just double check what is here. If we follow the coast, we should have the Battle of Prestonpans. You guys know that? It's a bit near the coast to the east of Edinburgh. And then in Edinburgh itself, we have Holyroodhouse. Am I reading that right? And yeah, and we have Edinburgh Castle. Ooh, fancy. Alright, yeah, that's a good plan. Okay, let's follow that. And I'll see what's happening on this side. Good. Alright. So we take off, go north, and then see how it looks. Alright. Replay mode add-on. Yes, we tried that a few days ago. I released a video on it. There's a short video, like 3-4 minutes, where we check that out, an excerpt from the stream. I really like it. Flight recorder. Let's do that later. Actually, you know what? I can do that now. Maybe we can do that now. We can record from here on out if you want. Nah, it might take too long though. It might crash. Let's do that later. Parking brake. There you go. Winds coming from right in front of us. That's good. That should help our takeoff roll. There you go. As easy as that. We are good to go. Tap the brakes. Gear up. Flaps coming up. Lowering the manifold pressure to 23 inches. RPM going down 2300. Alright. And let's turn to the north. Where is north? North is to the right. My bad. There you go. Charts of Life is a film. They played the film score of the 2012 Olympics opening ceremony with Mr. Bean. Oh, interesting. Cool. So head to the north like so. Goodness, we're getting thrown around by the winds. So yeah, in short, the replay mode, I highly recommend it because it's free and it's easy to use. It's not perfect though. I've had my sim crash while replaying playing the replay. I think there are some limitations in there, some known issues. But overall, it's good. I think we'll have to climb a bit here, maybe up to 2,000 feet. So we get a better view from below. Hopefully the cloud cover isn't that bad though. I would really not like to go to static weather because I like how dynamic the weather is and how it just changes. Okay. Balance it out here, looking good. And this plane is really powerful. Trim it, trim it, trim it. 2,000. That's looking good. We actually don't have our transponder set. There you go. Altitude, VFR. Not that it matters. We're not really coordinating with any ATC, but just to role play it a bit. Lots of wind turbines in here. I see the coast in front already. So far so good. The plan is sound so far. We'll see how it works later on. It's very nice though. The lands are so lush. Okay, let's descend a bit just so we get to that 2,000 feet. Then we fly it even in here. Perfect. Now I should find a way to trim it despite these winds. And let's play with a mixture. Find the peak. The peak temperature of the EGT is 1580. Go to 1530 again for the lean of peak setting. There you go. Alright, that's more like it. There we are. We're getting a huge tailwind in here. 220 knots on the ground, our speed. Very nice. For a plane like this, my goodness, that is fast. crap. Doesn't look good though. Kind of looks like getting into some fog or some cloud layers. There are some cloud layers that are lower. I think we'll have to descend a bit. Maybe down to 1000 to clear that. Stay away from the clouds. Get better visuals. Okay, so we can hug the coast here. We can stay on the right of the coast. So we have it always in visibility to our left. And then we can adjust later. Okay, lower that. So we descend. Maybe 1,500 would be a good compromise. There are actually like small hills here. Very subtle elevation changes. I like. So how's it going on your end, guys? What have you been playing? Or have you had not time to play at all? Real life getting in the way? Busy stuff? I love the look of this. Looking outside your plane like this with the wing right there. That looks so real. My goodness, I love it. 1,500, that still seems pretty close to that cloud up ahead. Maybe let's go lower here, 1,000 feet. Unfortunately not, Mark. I wish I could. I was thinking about it at one point, because there is a flying school here in Singapore, but as with any country, and I guess especially here, it's very expensive. So, not going with that for now. Right, that looks like a nice view. Nice look at the shore there. You can just follow the coast here. 1,000 feet. We did have a real pilot here. Not sure if he's still here. Arianus is an A220 pilot, is it? I think it was the A220. That's why he was so excited for that plane coming to Flight Sim 2020. Lots of cool insights. Water looks great. Setting is on ultra, yes. And it's more apparent because the stronger the winds, the stronger the waves as well. So those reflect below. And because we have such strong winds right now, 38 knots coming from the left, you can see the waves reacting like so. And that's beautiful. Goodness, that is beautiful. Oh, have to make sure we fly level though. That one. You've been unemployed for a while, but you finally accepted an offer for a job yesterday. Nice. What job did you get? Congrats, man. Oh, there you go. Arianus. Ah, there we go. A320, A220, and A306. Nice. What's an A306? I'm not familiar with it. Oh, Bunky is here as well still. Nice. Awesome. We have a PPL but haven't flown in more than 10 years. Flew a 172. Oh, you guys are great. So Bunky, you seem to be pretty happy with flights in 2020. Does it feel close enough to the real thing? To the real 172 that you've flown before? I'm hoping to sign up at the local airport somewhere and becoming a flight instructor so you can fly for free. Oh yeah, that's a good way to rack up those hours, right? Say, I remember, I think it was in the US where you have a huge requirement if you want to be a pilot for the airlines, for example. You have to have, I don't know how many, 1,000 hours, 2,000 hours, I don't know the exact number, of flight time. And if you pay for that on your own, that might be pretty pricey. Okay, looking good here. Let me switch to the window so we can see if there are landmarks up ahead. Okay, not really. So I can just continue here. Systems administrator sounds good. Congrats, man. Airbus 300 to 600 series. That 300 600 A300 600. That's old chunky cargo plane flown by FedEx and UPS. Oh, I see. Oh, what is that? Let's go and fly next to it. What the heck is that island? Who lives there? Seems like a nice place to live. Cozy. Let's have a look. It is in the map. Bass Rock? Interesting. There's actually a house. I wonder if that's how it is in real life as well. Little nav map, I see it. Bass Rock Castle. Oh, I see. It's a castle apparently. Nice. Nice attention to detail. That does look like a castle-ish. Yeah, we can take that. That's okay. I'm happy with that look. Looking good. MSFS is awesome. In many ways, real life flying is easier, but it definitely captures the feel. That is great to hear. Yeah, because we have a lot of complaints about Flight Sim 2020 and how the physics is fake. So I'm not really sure which one to believe. There are opposing views. Oh, I love this. You can see the clouds breaking out like that, and you can see actually with the blue sky above that it's reflecting a bit from the blue sky above, but at the same time the sunlight that's seeping through the clouds, so you get this blue and orange kind of look. Beautiful. My goodness. Oh, I think gave me goosebumps. Right, let's continue on. This is the beauty that we get with these scenic flights. Not only the land below, but also the clouds above and all the things in between. I was actually hoping that one of the Piper arrows would be released by today so that I can fly something new, show you something and fumble with something new. But I will probably buy one of those, if not both. We'll see. I'm pretty interested about the Carenado version. If it's the same level as this, I don't have any complaints with that. I mean, I know there are some complaints about Carenado planes. Some people are saying the support is not great, the updates are not often, the flight systems are not too detailed, but they're perfect for casual flying. They have just enough of the basics in there that it works. And I think in a GA plane, that might be more than enough. You don't have as many complicated systems. There you go. No wonder I was having trouble keeping my altitude. Throttle was pulled way back. So yeah, what are you guys spending your time on? Alex, are you still driving with Z-Mod sounds? Anyone else bought Z-Mod sounds? Z-Mod in the trucking world. He's a very prominent modder, and he has recently gotten into Eurotruck. Previously, he was making sounds for American Truck. Now he has entered the ETS2 space, released his own mod, his first payware mod. I'm absolutely loving the sounds of it. Z-Mod mania. I can imagine. I'm just a bit peeved about those side mirrors though. If I get peeved enough, I might just relearn Blender and how to re-import those side mirrors. Don't know how to do that though. I might have to fumble with it. I wish someone else will take up the mantle in the meantime so I don't have to relearn it. Looking good so far. Let's keep it up. UPS and DHL are only ones in Europe who are hungry for pilots. If they have or are willing Pay own type rating at 757, A306, and choose the early hours wake-ups and low-cost salary. I see. Yeah, I guess the aviation industry really took the brunt of this, because some of the businesses are picking up already. The restaurants, the restaurants, for example, they got hurt definitely, but they can somehow get something thanks to like the delivery services, either go on takeouts or one of the courier delivery services. So it's not zero, but it's definitely still hurt. But compare that with like aviation. I remember here, Singapore Airlines, they reported that they had a revenue loss of 98% last year. 98% of their revenue, that's the money coming in. So that's almost everything is gone. And imagine all the costs that they have to keep up. Like, I'm sure they have debts. They have to continue paying those probably, or come to some kind of agreement. All the running costs of keeping your planes in the hangars or whatnot, whatever costs are included. So all those costs are still there, but all your revenue, the thing that supposedly you would be paying for, they are using to pay for those expenses, is gone. So yeah, in Singapore at least, the government is really supporting the aviation industry because they're really hurting right now. So there is a lot of how do you call it, stimulus packages or something like that to help out the industries in need, aviation being one of them. And it's a good move in my opinion, because even though I don't have a direct link to aviation industry in my full-time job, I mean, aviation affects everything all in all, because if you stop that flow, what else will be stopping because of it, right? The businesses, the people, the other businesses that support that or that are supported by it. It's all connected. So yeah, hopefully things start picking up soon. I think Singapore is thinking of, is in talks with other countries at the moment. They might actually start resuming some travel, depending if the country that they're dealing with has like good vaccination policies in place, vaccination is taking, how do you say, it's in a good status, things like that. So that's good news. Right, we have a landmark coming up, but I doubt it will come up in the sim, but I'll try to go there anyway. I think it's like a 1745. Wow, old days. And I guess it was a battleground of some sort. Let's hear it. Great time to invest in some airline stock. That's a very good point, yes. If you believe that the airlines will bounce back eventually, then going in now, when I imagine the stocks are pretty low, that might be a good move. Clouds here are very thick. Okay. Hear this? Should be playing
The Battle of
moment.
Prestonpans, also known as the Battle of Gladsmuir, was fought on the 21st of September 1745, near Prestonpans, in East Lothian. It was the first significant engagement of the Jacobite Rising of 1745, which is generally viewed as a subsidiary conflict of the War of the Austrian Succession. Jacobite forces led by the Stuart exile Charles Edward Stuart defeated a government army under Sir John Cope, whose inexperienced troops broke in the face of a Highland charge. The battle lasted less than 30 minutes and was a huge boost to Jacobite morale. A heavily mythologized version of the story entered art and legend.
Wow. A crushing victory, crushing defeat. 30-minute battle, that seems pretty quick. Woman's voice so soothing. Yeah, me too. I was half expecting that they would have those very robotic sounding synthetic voices, but this one, they I don't know which system that is, but I think it's a synthetic voice as well, but one of those more modern ones. Like, I think they call it something like neural network voices, because it gets the context of what it's saying and then changes the pitch to make it more sounding natural. So it's not like your typical voices in Windows that you hear. It's a lot more organic, almost like a real person. Czech Airlines bankrupt in Friday. Yikes. Fourth oldest airline worldwide. Oh my goodness. Will the government not save them? Will they not be bought out or something? Surely someone will buy them out. Oh no, who's this? 33 months, thanks Jay. How's it going? What have you been playing recently? We're in Edinburgh. We are getting close. Some landmarks should start popping up, I think. Oh, actually, that's right there. Palace of Holyroodhouse. Okay, let's hear them one by one. Let's get close a bit, see what it looks like, and then hear what they have to say about it. I won't be circling it so much anymore though. I'll be touring the rest of the city. Welcome to Edinburgh, everyone.
The Palace of Holyroodhouse, commonly referred to as Holyrood Palace, is the official residence of the British monarch in Scotland, Queen Elizabeth II. Located at the bottom of the Royal Mile in Edinburgh, at the opposite end to Edinburgh Castle, Holyrood Palace has served as the principal residence of the kings and queens of Scots since the 16th century, and is a setting for state occasions and official entertaining. Queen Elizabeth spends 1 week in residence at Holyrood Palace at the beginning of each summer, where she carries out a range of official engagements and ceremonies. The 16th century historic apartments of Mary, Queen of Scots, and the state apartments, used for official and state entertainment, are open to the public throughout the year, except when members of the royal family are in residence. Edinburgh Castle is a historic fortress which dominates the skyline of Edinburgh, the capital city of Scotland, from its position on the Castle Rock. Archaeologists have established human occupation of the rock since at least the Iron Age, although the nature of the early settlement is unclear. There has been a royal castle on the rock since at least the reign of David I in the...
That's the problem when you go to active pause. It's not really paused. So if you are approaching at like a steep angle, it sucks basically. So you continue picking up speed. Let's go and spawn in Edinburgh International and start from there, and then explore Edinburgh from there. Let's see how that works. Dang it.
A few moments later.
Playing real life things. Oh yeah, you've been traveling, right? How was that experience? I haven't been traveling since the pandemic began. I haven't gotten any close to airports at all. Edinburgh is Echo Golf Papa Hotel. Hopefully that's the one. Yes, it is. Good. Okay, so we can start here at least. Yeah, runway 24. Let's just spawn in there immediately. Let's move that to maybe 440. Might get a bit too sunsetty though. Let's see if we'll get live weather here. Clear skies and then live weather later. That's okay. If you pause, does she keep talking? You can pause it separately. So it's like a separate website here. Let me show you. So this is Bushtalk Radio, and what we just do is we synchronize our client to this one. But you can actually, even if you're not flying, you can just look at the map, click on a landmark, like for example Edinburgh Castle, and then play this.
Edinburgh Castle is a historic fortress which dominates the skyline.
So the only thing that the plugin does is it detects where you are, And when you're close enough to a landmark, it auto-plays that one. But you can also play it on your own if you don't want to sync it on everything. It's pretty cool, actually. The A62 to fly. Actually, I haven't tried the A62 yet. Although, because it has the G1000 panel, I try to avoid the G1000 nowadays. It's like I got tired of it, seeing it everywhere. But yeah, this Bushtalk Radio, super cool idea. And you can get more stuff with it. Stop. So the Bushtalk Radio, you can actually submit entries as well. Lights are all on. I remember there was something that was not maintained properly here. Let me try and find it. Flaps are okay. I think all in all it's good. Mixture full. Propeller full. Good. Okay, I think we're good there. People are really dumb in airports. Oh, share. We'll live through you. Live weather. See how bad it gets. It's actually snowing here? Really? No, really? Oh yeah, that's bad. It's not really snowing. Okay, good. But it is pretty overcast. That's fine. It's realistic weather. Set the proper local QNH settings. Get the proper altitude. Alright. Winds are coming from straight ahead, a little bit to the left. That's no problem. 20 knots, goodness. Pretty strong winds even on the ground. There's that weird ground effect thing. After you get some airspeed, the wind effect kicks in. It's very strange feeling. Like some steam gauges, yeah, same here. I don't know, just the feeling of the G1000, it's too modern for my taste when it comes to flying like this. Although it's functional and very great for actually traveling, right? Oh, look at all those bridges, guys. Queensferry crossing, 4th Rail Bridge. We'll go through those one by one, okay? But for now, 1 second. For now, sorry for the sudden banking. Don't even think about playing anything yet. I'm not done here. We are exploring Edinburgh first, which is somewhere to the east, supposedly. So somewhere here. If you go straight, I think that's the city right there. Okay. Trim it. Looking good there. There it is. Okay, Edinburgh Castle. Now I have to double check if it is still resuming. There we go. Resume the job. Okay. Still going to Dundee. That's the next waypoint. Hey Bart. Hey, appreciate that. Thanks, glad you caught me here. How are you? Still climbing. I didn't connect it. How would you like me to call you? Maybe Bart is better. I'm not sure if bald guy is maybe it's a bit similar to clumsy, isn't it? Like not the positive adjective you would think of calling someone. But if you like it, I'm more than happy to call you that. Glad you made it here, man. Where have you been flying recently? Just gave up on people. Really well-dressed people in posh business. but no mask, or mask not covering the nose. Oh, I hate that. Yes, same here. I hate that. I see that here sometimes as well. For the most part, people wear masks properly here, but there are some cases I really get irritated. Like, you see the nose, like, what's that for then? Why bother wearing a mask at all? If you don't want to wear a mask, own it and get penalized for it. Or wear a mask and wear it properly. Don't go halfway. Edinburgh Castle, that's the one. Let's play it again.
Edinburgh Castle is a historic fortress which dominates the skyline of Edinburgh, the capital city of Scotland, from its position on the Castle Rock. Archaeologists have established human occupation of the rock since at least the Iron Age, although the nature of the early settlement is unclear. There has been a royal castle on the rock since at least the reign of David I in the 12th century, and the site continued at times to be a royal residence until 1633. From the 15th century, the castle's residential role declined, and by the 17th century it was principally used as military barracks with a large garrison. Its importance as a part of Scotland's national heritage was recognised increasingly from the early 19th century onwards, and various restoration programmes have been carried out over the past century and a half. As one of the most important strongholds in the Kingdom of Scotland, Edinburgh Castle was involved in many historical conflicts from the Wars of Scottish Independence in the 14th century to the Jacobite Rising of 1745. Research undertaken in 2014 identified 26 sieges in its 1,100-year-old history, giving it a claim to having been the most besieged place in Great Britain and one of the most attacked in the world. Few of the present buildings predate the Lang siege of the 16th century, when the medieval defences were largely destroyed by artillery bombardment. The most notable exceptions are St. Margaret's Chapel from the early 12th century, which is regarded as the oldest building in Edinburgh, the Royal Palace and the early 16th century Great Hall,
although change the weather because now it's not scenic at all.
From the mid-Victorian period onwards. The castle also houses the Scottish regalia, known as the Honours of Scotland, and is the site of the Scottish National War Memorial and the National War Museum of Scotland. The British Army is still responsible for some parts of the castle, although its presence is now largely ceremonial and administrative. Some of the castle buildings house
actually the Scottish flag
which contribute to its presentation as a tourist attraction. The castle, in the care of Historic Environment Scotland, is Scotland's most and the United Kingdom's second most visited paid tourist attraction, with over 2.1 million visitors in 2018 and over 70% of leisure visitors to Edinburgh visiting the castle. As the backdrop for the Edinburgh military tattoo during the annual Edinburgh Festival, the castle has become a recognisable symbol of Edinburgh and Scotland.
Perfect, we have our thumbnail. Can we tilt that a bit? One more, sorry. There you go. Okay, I'm happy. Switch back to live weather. My goodness, that looks so gloomy. Okay. 1 second. Let's get that back. Alright. Get back to the chat as well. Give me a second. Yeah. When I pause, at least active pause, I have to really take a look at the instruments and see, is the airspeed continuing to climb? Is the airspeed falling too much? And when it's stable, then it's safe to take a photo. But I do have to do that check first though. Sure thing, Bald. I'll call you Bald. Bald guy. BG, maybe BG sounds better. I'll call you BG. Sounds like OG. Get back those landmarks. There you go. So the Palace of Holyroodhouse is the area where the Queen stays at. Is that what I understood there? Interesting. When she is in Scotland. Scottish House of Parliament. Can we get anything with that? Do we have anything in there? I don't think we have that as an audible. Dynamic Earth. Ooh, interesting. I think pretty low here. So yeah, you guys let me know if you prefer live weather like this so we get some nice winds, or if you like one of those preset clouds so that everything looks much better than this one. So do we want more dynamic winds or do we want better sights? So now what we do is we head on to the west here and try to look for the motorway M8. Trace it from there. We're all about live weather. That's true. Personally, I'd like to keep it that way as much as I can as well. As long as we can still see something below, otherwise it wouldn't be a nice visual flight. So let's see, you guys see anything in front? The motorway should be coming up in front of us. I see the airport right there blinking. I see the bridges there in the distance. We'll definitely be taking a lot of photos there. For a sightseeing stream, not so good. That's very true. I was hoping for a bit of both, but I guess it's not a good choice right now. Let's try it out. Let's try both options. We've tried live weather. Let's switch to scattered clouds. See how that looks. Oh, yeah, that looks pretty scenic, doesn't it? After getting kicked around like that. So let's go and look for the motorway here. 1,500 feet based on local QNH. Motorway should be there on our left. That's the junction. Yeah, motorway should be that one, I think. Somewhere there. That one. M8. It's still hard to see, isn't it? You should be higher or something. Or is it this one? You know what? Not so sure. But it should be the biggest road right there. It might be this one actually. Yeah. Actually, yeah, that might be it. So we follow this to the junction. And then we turn right. Actually, no, we don't really need that because we see the bridges right here already. Don't need to follow it to the letter. And there's Edinburgh Airport where we departed from. It's very nice. I am quite interested about that bridge. 4th Rail Bridge. Okay, let's get up close and personal there. 3 different bridges connecting these islands. Interesting. And different designs on them from what I can see. Exactly. That's the plan, Stinky. As soon as I can get a stable, active boss situation here. Someone's in a DA62 right there, exploring the UK as well. But yeah, this scattered preset weather is the best for taking photos. This is what I often use when making videos, taking screenshots. Very scenic and very easy to set up. Wow! This looks so good. Slow it down here. Sorry. Landing gear warning. Okay. Phew, how the heck am I going to take a photo here? I mean, it's back there. I hope I don't hit it though. Okay, how about that?
The Forth Bridge is a cantilever railway bridge across the Firth of Forth in the east of Scotland, 9 miles west of central Edinburgh. It is considered as a symbol of Scotland, and is a
GTA 5
UNESCO World
style.
Heritage Site. It was designed by the English engineers John Farrell and Sir Benjamin Baker. It is sometimes referred to as the Fourth Rail Bridge, although this has never been its official name. Construction of the bridge began in 1882 and it was opened on the 4th of March 1890 by the Duke of Rothesay, the future Edward VII. The bridge carries the Edinburgh-Aberdeen line across the Forth between the villages of South Queensferry and North Queensferry and has a total length of 8,094 feet. When it opened, it had the longest single cantilever bridge span in the world, until 1919 when the Quebec Bridge in Canada was completed. It continues to be the world's second longest single cantilever span, with a span of 1,709 feet. The
Guess what
bridge and
the
its associated
cantilever is?
railway infrastructure are owned by Network Rail.
Yeah, I actually didn't take a
The
shot
Queensferry
yet.
Crossing is a road bridge in Scotland. It was built alongside the existing
Go
Forth
around.
Road Bridge and carries the M90 motorway across the Firth of Forth between Edinburgh at
1 sec. Pause. Hold that thought because we aren't on that bridge yet. Let me go. You guys want to try below? Okay, let's try it. Not actually sure if there's like a hitbox right there. So if there is, we can blame Stinky for it. Oh crap, this doesn't look good. It works. Pause there, pause. Crap, we're losing airspeed. There, keep that. Keep that airspeed, please, so I can take a photo. Duck! Okay, that's stable. There it is. That's the shot I'm looking for. You daredevil, you. Now that is what I call a bridge shot. We have our thumbnail, guys. We have our thumbnail. Perfect. Okay, so now we can move on to the next one. Red Bull Air Racing next. So the next one is the Queensferry Crossing. I'll play it and then we'll look for it.
The Queensferry Crossing is a road bridge in Scotland. It was built alongside the existing Forth Road Bridge and carries the M90 motorway across the Firth of Forth between Edinburgh at South Queensferry and
That's
Fife
the one.
at North
Queensferry
Queensferry.
Crossing.
Proposals for a second Forth Road crossing, to meet unexpected demand, were first put forward in the 1990s, but no action was taken until structural issues were discovered in the Forth Road Bridge in 2004. In 2006 to 2007, Transport Scotland carried out a study and in December 2007 took the decision to proceed with a replacement bridge. The following
Beautiful.
year it was announced that the existing bridge would be retained as a public transport link. The Forth Crossing Act received royal assent in January 2011. In April 2011, the Forth Crossing Bridge Constructors Consortium were awarded the contract and construction began in late summer/autumn of 2011. The Queensferry Crossing is a 3-tower
Beautiful.
cable-stayed bridge with an overall length of 2.7 kilometers. Around 4 kilometers of new connecting roads were built, including new and upgraded junctions at Ferry Toll in Fife, South Queensferry and Junction 1A on the M9. The bridge was first due to be completed by December 2016, but this deadline was extended to August 2017 after several delays. It is the third bridge across the Forth at Queensferry, alongside the Forth Road Bridge completed in 1964 and the Forth Rail Bridge completed in 1890. Following a public vote, it was formally named on the 26th of June 2013 and opened to traffic on the 30th of August 2017. The official opening was carried out on the 4th of September 2017 by Queen Elizabeth II, 53 years to the day after she opened the adjacent Forth Road Bridge.
That one. Nice. Yeah, you can see the different styles there. I don't know what they're called, but apparently this one we've flown over is a Forth Rail Bridge. So it's for trains. And the other one is a Forth Road Bridge for actual cars, I guess. But in the landmarks, oh, we do have both here. Yeah. So which one did we play a while ago?
The Forth Bridge is a cantilever railway bridge across the Firth of Forth in the east of
Yeah,
Scotland,
that's one we played
9
already.
miles west of central Edinburgh.
This one not yet.
The Forth Road Bridge is a
Forth Road
suspension
Bridge.
bridge in east-central Scotland. The bridge opened in 1964 and at the time was the longest suspension bridge in the world outside the United States.
So
The bridge
cool.
spans the Firth of Forth, connecting Edinburgh, at South Queensferry, to Fife, at North Queensferry. It replaced a centuries-old ferry service to carry vehicular traffic, cyclists and pedestrians across the Forth. Railway crossings are made by the nearby Forth Bridge, opened in 1890. The Scottish Parliament voted to scrap
Ooh,
tolls
that's a
on
nice
the bridge
road
from
network.
February 2008. The adjacent Queensferry crossing was opened in August 2017 to carry the M90 motorway across the Firth of Forth, replacing the Forth Road Bridge, which had exceeded its design capacity. At its peak, the Forth Road Bridge carried 65,000 vehicles per day. The Forth Road Bridge was subsequently closed for repairs and refurbishment. It reopened in February 2018, now redesignated as a dedicated public transport corridor, with access to motor vehicles other than buses and taxis restricted. Pedestrians and cyclists are still permitted to use the bridge. Starting
Interesting.
in or before 2021, Stagecoach
So
Fife
nice.
will be carrying out the first driverless bus trial to carry passengers in the United Kingdom along a park and ride route, which includes the Forth Road Bridge as its main section.
That was a nice photo as well. Cockpit view. Flying over the bridges. Goodness, I cannot spend so much time here. I won't be leaving this area anymore. Beautiful. Okay, I'm happy. Alright, so now we follow the motorway to the north. A90, M90, that guy in front of us, I think that is. Let's climb back to 1,000 feet here, get some altitude so we can get a bird's eye view of how things look from above. Get an easier visual on the motorway. That does look like a motorway. That is beautiful. Except for that bump right there though. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, so we see it. And then we go and follow this. So we should be headed to the north here. And then there should be a river, the River Tay, I think, that we see in front of us coming up. And when we see that, then we turn right and that should lead us to Dundee. So this is the motorway right here that we are going to. Yeah, that's the one. Keep it to our left here. Can actually go faster. There's the motorway again. Okay, good. Just keep that in our view right there and enjoy the rest of the view. What area is this? Sure. Where are we staying at? Dunfermline? Dunfermline? I don't know how to say that. Look at the breadcrumbs here, guys. How many loops we've had in this bridge. Someone might be enjoying these bridges a bit too much. Just a tad. Good. Okay. Follow the road. Looks like a massive roundabout there. Is still the one? Yeah, I think so. This road right here. That's the one that bends through. Oh, I love this. I love this IFR thing. I follow roads kind of navigation. It just feels so natural. And as much as I enjoy the proper navigation for flying, you know, waypoints, VORs, stuff like that, there's something more organic or natural about navigating visually, using your eyes to spot landmarks It reminds me oftentimes of the older days when GPS wasn't a thing. And when you asked for directions, I still remember my dad doing this. He's very good at giving directions because he knows the landmarks that pop up in your head, like those that stand out. So when you ask him, how do I get to this guy's house? To our uncle's house, for example. Oh, you do this. Okay. You go straight and you go past the Shell gas station. After you pass the gas station, you turn left. And then you'll come across a restaurant or something big, something noticeable, and then turn right. So using those landmarks, you get an idea where you need to go without really needing like, oh, what street is this? What's the name of the street? What's the name of the... None of that. Just very natural looking ones, because in the Philippines, back then especially, street names were not a necessity. The streets had names, yes, but the names were not really published or shown. So sometimes the signage dropped, no one replaced it. Sometimes it disappeared altogether. Sometimes it's not really put in. So relying on street names is not really an advisable way of navigating before. So we've learned to navigate using landmarks instead. And this feels exactly like that. And I absolutely love that feeling. And that you can do this almost anywhere in the sim. It's so good. It's just so good. That feeling. And you don't have to do anything beforehand. Just load the sim up, fly there, and enjoy. No need for preps. Perfect for a lazy guy like me. This is why I'm absolutely loving this sim. And yeah, there are bugs. There are some weird stuff. It's not perfect, but despite all that, for me, this is the sim that I would want to spend my time on. This is the flight sim for me. So good. Yeah, I can see, I can enjoy the beautiful weather here now. Let me have a look at the weather in Dundee, if there's something. How's the weather like there? Kind of okay. The weather here might not be too bad actually. Maybe we can try just peek at live weather for a bit. I'll get back to chat in a bit. I see it moving. Okay, maybe I ate my words there. Never mind. Remember when only large streets had posted names? Yeah, exactly. You can't expect street names on the smaller roads especially. That is exactly what I'm saying. So looks like I'm not that young either, huh? Dang it. I think Alex and Jack proved that point there. I'm one of them. Sorry. No GPS challenge, exactly. Yeah, I love it. So we're following the motorway here. That one that we passed a while ago, the body of water, that was the, I think, Loch Leven. Let's go lower here. I think the motorway bends to this route. Oi! I'm one of you guys now. Aren't you proud? Writing this down. Keeping track. Is there no trio in the Waldorf, Statler, and someone else? And Elmo, maybe? No, that doesn't fit. There we go. I think that's the lake. The River Tay, probably. I love it. Exactly as advertised. So follow the motorway north until you reach a river that snakes through to the east, and then follow that river. So now that we've seen it, we can actually jump. We can skip the motorway and trace the river instead. And the river should have Dundee on the left side of it from where we are. Supposedly. Unless you have a side panel. Is that the entrance? The entrance fee? Fozzie Bear. How about Count Dracula? This one fits, right? I think I have it. Is that the same show even? guy is 12,000 feet now on a DA62. That's a Diamond DA62, right? That's a very famous plane. Dual engine, piston engine plane. I haven't been flying many dual engine pistons. Something I should get into soon. Wrong show. Count Dracula is from where? Sesame Street? Close enough. Oh. Speaking of Muppets, here's one. Just kidding. Hey Rohan, how are you, man? What have you been playing recently? Or are you busy with school? Did we turn off our lights? Not really, my bad. 1,500 seems like a fair enough altitude to stay at. Enjoying these sights. He's on every today. Oh yeah, I'm on a roll. Good. Exam week. Oh my goodness. Good luck, man. You have to reward yourself with a Z-mod Scania V8 afterwards. Have you heard it? My goodness, go and hear it. There are some minor things that I think can be improved with Z-mod sounds. Not particular with the sounds. For me, the sounds are perfect. But the smaller things like the badges, the V8 badge is missing from the front of the grill. Some finicky stuff there, but the sounds themselves I think are awesome. Oh, speaking of awesome, do they call this? Do they have a name for this? Golden hour or something? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Perfect. That's why I chose this time. I would also want to fly VFR at night. That's something, because at night, yeah, it's dark, but you can still fly visually at night because you still have those motorways, you still have those lights. So I would like to continue this route. We still have more or less an hour to go. Things will get darker. Maybe we can even accelerate it a bit so we can really try it out. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Let's try after we reach Dundee on the next airport. Let's check if there are motorways and then let's use those as landmarks for some night flying. You watched my video. It's your opinion. Don't tell me you hate it or you'll be banned. No, but really, you have a very keen ear for these things, so I would trust your judgment about it. Me, I'm happy with it. I think what is it? Epili is very hardcore. He wants the exhaust to be toned down lower, I think. Pankey at the ready. VFR at night in Vegas is cool. Oh yeah, I can imagine. And yeah, I bet Vegas is custom made here. Man, flying stable, flying level like this is so easy with calm winds. I don't even need to struggle. Let's have a peek. Just have a peek at how live weather is. Maybe we can switch back to live weather soon. 1 second. Let's see where we are because I want to check if there are landmarks that I'm missing. Not really. Okay, Dundee should be right in front of us, I think. Let me switch to live weather, see where it's at. Oh my goodness. Maybe not. No. Scratch that. Never mind. Nothing to see here. Literally nothing to see here. Does sound like Christmas 4 sounds, but with a lot more bass in it. That's what you hear at least. Yeah, the engine sounds are very good. I think someone asked me if I prefer EVRs versus Z-mods. I can't remember if EVR has V8 engine sounds, but in general, EVR sound. I actually passed the airport already. Talk about visual flying, and I missed the airport. Let me see. Runway 27 I think would be perfect. 275 on the heading. Let me just map that out. Yeah, but in terms of the sounds, in general, EVRs has very good interior sounds and everything. Although the engine sounds themselves, it's very crisp, but it lacks a bit of bass in my opinion. EVR sounds, they're still great. They're just not perfect. But for me, this one from Z-Mod, he nailed the interior sounds and the engine sounds, both of them. So I'm really loving it. And he has PayPal, so people can get it easier. Where the heck is that airport? Don't think EVR the V8 sound. Yeah, might be. Yeah, he had an MAN V8 sound. If you were a bus, you just keep going. If they miss, they miss. Yeah, I can understand that. Dundee should be right in front. Okay, we see it in the map. I don't see it in my view though, but that view is breathtaking, isn't it? Sunsets are the best. Initially I was like, sunrise and sunset are great, but recently I've discovered sunsets are better in this sim. You have that longer period where you have these kinds of views. It's just so good. Ban Rohan, that's what you get. Where the heck is the airport? Do you guys see it? There. We are actually flying over it now. Where? Oh, that one. How could I have missed that? What the heck? Okay. Second time's the charm. Slow down here. Let's turn on the crosswind. Okay. Like that. Get a bit of space. Turn downwind. So I'm basing it, I'm referring to the heading here. So 90 degrees from the runway heading would be the crosswind. Now I'm turning downwind. That's 180 degrees from the runway heading, and I should see the runway on my left. Oh crap, I don't see it. Where the heck is it? So that one. We are now on downwind leg. I guess the airport is somewhere there. I think I need an additional visual. Actually, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Because it doesn't have lights. Open your lights already. It's getting dark. That's the runway right there. So we'll stay abeam of it. Stay here in this direction. We'll go past it like 45 degrees. So from where we are, from where the runway is, draw a 45 degree angle. That's where we should be. And then when we get to that point, we can then turn base, more or less. Okay, good. Going flaps one notch, slow us down. Should also start descending here. Beautiful houses by the shore, by the lake. River Tay, I think. Okay, let's turn base. I see it. Okay, we have lights now. We have lights on the airport. Good. Now I can see it. We just crossed that period when it's dark enough, but the lights aren't open yet. Okay. Now on base. Base leg. Perfect. Continue that descent. Landing gear going down. Landing lights going on. Everything turn on. Taxi lights. Landing lights. Recog lights and all that stuff. Okay. Pretty low here. Turning final. Okay, that's good. That is perfect. Nice. And we have some calm winds here, so I have no excuse for a crappy landing. Nice, alright. We are within the safe flap extension speed. Going low though. There you go. Going full flaps. RPM full, mixture full. Alright, let's do this. Stable approach, more or less. Probably less than more. Trim it out. Keep your eyes locked on the runway and occasionally peek at the airspeed. Keep that runway on the same angle so that you know that you are approaching at a fixed, proper point. Adjust based on the PAPI lights when you're high up. And good right there. Okay. Alright, we can land this thing now. Awesome. Bleed off the speed, the airspeed. Not the best. There you go. Perfect. Still fidgety when you get to the ground. I think they have to improve the rudder control when you get on the ground like that. Still so fidgety. Not sure if that's how it is in real life. Nice, beautiful. Okay, stop here. We'll have to back taxi because the ramp is on the other side. Alright, looks good. Hey DH, thanks for dropping by, man. Perfect timing on that landing. Paper bag ready. You get to use it. Sorry about that. Okay, let's have a look how the live weather looks like. Oh my goodness. Not the best. Not the best in here. Okay, stick to that weather then. How are you doing, DH? What have you been busy with these days? Could have turned off there. Did you enjoy those Z-mod sounds? I am excited what he has in store for us in the future. I hope he goes through those trucks one by one. What if you had a choice, guys? What would you like him to work on next in ETS2? For me, I'm not sure. I think I'd like a DAF sound. I do enjoy driving the DAF XF105 Volvo and Scania. Yeah, makes sense. Next gen Scania Iveco. Oh my goodness, I forgot to change my fuel tank again. Okay, that's something I have to get into the habit of. Okay, good. So let's try some night flying. Or should we just keep this until it goes dark? You guys prefer? Make it dark now or wait for the natural sunset to occur? Glasgow. Ooh, so nice. So we've actually reached the edge of the UK Tour Part 1. We are at the northernmost tip and now we are going back south. Hugging the west coast this time. Cool, okay. Right, so Glasgow it is. Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot. Let's go and see how that would look like from a VFR point of view. So if we're coming from Dundee and we want to go to... Okay, no. Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot, Glasgow. From here, from this look, I can see that there is a large motorway. It's not really a motorway though. No, Glasgow, we can follow motorways, yes. The M9, M73, but from Dundee, we have to follow, well, we can follow the river and then we can go on the same motorway that we came from. And this is the, what is that? A9. The A9 hopefully should be visible enough. And then we can go south there. Is that sustainable? Oh, you want to see a castle, guys? There is a castle to our north. Maybe we can drop by there first. And then in Glasgow, before we reach Glasgow actually, we have some more castles. One more castle in Stirling. Interesting. Okay, so to the north of us, there's a castle right here somewhere. And then before we reach Glasgow, there is this Stirling, this one, the Stirling Castle. That's somewhere we could also go to, so we can add that to our waypoint here. Add Dundee as our departure. Come on, there you go. But in between that, we can go and follow some roads. So like we can follow the river here, and then when we get on the motorway, we can say add that waypoint. Add that waypoint. No. I'll get back to chat in a bit, guys. I will catch up. Okay, 1 second. Just move that. There you go. So here, there, everywhere now. And then we add one more waypoint to follow the road through there. And then go south Stirling. And then follow this road. Keeping it on our right this time. And then Glasgow should be in range here. Okay, that looks good. Alright, so let me get back to chat and see what you guys are mentioning, if you have any recommendations for me. Hey Downtown, how are you? How's the VA, man? Excited to try out the FBOs we have. I am in your neck of the woods, literally. Colorado Springs. Apparently I passed through your house, huh? Runaway 35 right. Little Navmat is amazing, Fappy. I cannot recommend it enough. Let's take a photo there. Meh. Ban. Good. In Japanese, how do you say ban? Oh yeah. Is it? How do you read that? I will read it for you. Parking brake is off. Right, let's go and find that castle, guys. Strobes are still on. Actually, all lights are still on, so we can just keep that. I don't think we need to accelerate the time because this sunset view is looking so amazing anyway. Flaps for takeoff. Trim set to take off. Looking good there. Awesome. Just pull up. There you go. Just a little bit. Maintain runway heading. Gear up. Hafu? What is that? A? I have to take your word for that. Yeah, might be close enough. Torai Mizu. Is he somewhere here? Why is it? Does it seem like it's right there? We can't see him. Oh, there he is now. Okay. Right, let's go look for that castle. Might have to climb higher here. Just lowering the RPMs. Northbound. Okay, something like this. Should have the castle in front of us in a bit. Let's see. That's the problem though. When it gets to night, I'm not sure if the castles have enough lighting on their own so you can see it. That might be it. That small thing in front of us. There. It looks like it's beyond the hill though. Yeah, might be we have to crest that hill first to see it. So let's maybe climb to 2,000 feet here. What the heck is that, Arianas? What language is that? Is that your native tongue? Looks very biblical. Oh, so nice. Good. Hebrew, no wonder. What does that read? Hopefully nothing bad. Okay, past the hill here, we should see the castle. I'm not sure what it is, but regardless, we'll explore it. And then we'll be on our way towards the waypoint. Kinshi. Is that the ban? There it is. Glamis Castle. A Hebrew joke. Okay, as long as it's clean. That one is ban. Kinshi. I hope that was the bad word. Otherwise, RIP family friendly channel. Don't see the castle yet. Come on. Maybe it's not that large. Well, we are pretty high up. Probably makes sense if we lose some altitude first. Get up close and personal to that castle. And then we'll head south again, look for the river, and then follow it back to the motorway. But yeah, traveling with no GPS guidance gives that certain level of satisfaction, doesn't it? Not sure, maybe I'm just old, but yeah, I definitely have that additional feeling of accomplishment that you've been able to navigate using landmarks. Feels much more real than just following a GPS. There's Glamis Castle. Still pretty high up.
Glamis Castle is situated beside the village of Glamis in Angus, Scotland.
Glamis, apparently.
It is the home of the Earl and Countess of Strathmore and Kinghorn, and is open to the public. Glamis Castle has been the home of the Lyon family since the 14th century, though the present building dates largely from the 17th century. Glamis was the childhood home of Queen Elizabeth the Queen Mother, wife of King George VI. Their second daughter, Princess Margaret, Countess of Snowdon, was born there. The castle is protected as a Category A listed building, and the grounds are included on the Inventory of Gardens and Designed Landscapes in Scotland, the national listing of significant gardens.
Cool. It's a nice trivia. Yeah, very relatable, because if you watch The Crown, and those characters will come into mind. Nice. There it is, Glamis Castle. It's pretty cozy. That's how it looks a little bit closer. Take it. Thank you. Alright, let's head south. Where's the compass? South is to our left here. Find the river again. River Tay. Iveco. Yuck. Farbat is Banhammer. That works. Like the sound of that as well. Sounds crispy. Farbat. Okay, southbound. Push it up a bit. Make sure we clear these hills. Nothing fancy, nothing steep, nothing like those volcanoes in... What's that island again, guys? The volcano incident? When I was just starting to fly, to learn how to fly. Oh my goodness, that was scary. Those were the days, huh? One sec, I'm good. I thought Mrs. Clumsy had a message for me. No. Beautiful. Everything just seems to calm down with this kind of weather. Even the wind turbines seem like they're on slow motion. Because they are. Very nice. It would be harder to travel through the countryside though when it gets dark, I can imagine. Because you can't see the rivers anymore. You can't see there will be no lights, at least none that would be obvious. So overall it would be harder to navigate through these country roads. That's why we have to hug the motorways. I think those will be our surefire way of navigating instead. Alright, Stinky. Stay safe, man. Have a good one. Catch you next time. Appreciate it. Increase those lights. A bit better lighting. Just a tad. Looking good right here. What is that? I see a red thing in front. Is that floating or is that in the sea? I'll get closer. See how it looks. Oh no, we have those things scattered, like red there, red there, red there. Interesting. I wonder what that stands for. Yeah, we have those red things scattered all over. Maybe those are lamps, supposedly. Alright, DH. Have a good night, man. Glad you could make it. Thanks for staying up late and joining the stream. Catch you on YouTube. Let's lessen the lights here. Yeah, Carinado just does a fantastic job with aesthetics. Flies great, looks great, sounds great. Right. Hug the lake, go back to the motorway, should be headed westbound here. Are we? Yes, more or less. Have a good night, Jack. Yar. Rage 2 in. What is Rage? Have a good one, man. Maybe stream it sometime too. It is Dundee. How do we call it? Canave. You lived there for 4 years. Wow, does it look familiar? That's the River Tay. Is that how you pronounce it? Oh, that looks so good. The lighting is so good at night. Good catch on that. This is so nice. I have no words. Maybe we could tune in some VORs for some old school navigation. If I can see some VORs, we can tune that. Not really. Maybe there is a VOR or an NDB in Glasgow. There is 115.40. Yes, let's do that. If I can maybe turn off track IR for now, just get a bit of stability. 115.40. Tune that in. We should see this here. Maybe we're too far still. 115.40, right? Yeah, it is. Ooh. Not trimmed at all. Let's correct that. Okay, follow the river while we can still see it. I see lots of lights coming up in the horizon. That must be the city and the motorway as well. No, this is not live weather. I had to turn it off. Yeah, exactly. I tried it for a second. I was smudged in between some very violent clouds. Zero visibility. Okay, there's a road here which we are following right now. What road is this? Let's have a look. This is the A90. That's the A90 we can follow on throughout. So this one goes straight through there, and that one is the motorway, I believe. Actually crosses over to Perth as well. But Perth in Scotland. Yes, we're going to Stirling. Wow, you really know it. so cool. A90. What route would you suggest if we were to take the motorway? Which way should we go if we want to go to Stirling? So I was planning on A90, then what is this? M90 or A9 to Stirling. Something like that. Based on what I've seen in the map only though. Not really familiar with these places. 2,000 feet looks like a nice altitude to stay here, and I can try to trim it out. See how far we can get with that. Yeah, that's still the River Tay. You can see the water, the body of water thinning out there, but all the way there, that's still River Tay, I think. Either or, since you're flying, no traffic. That's true. Yeah, that's one good thing about it. Traffic is out of the equation. I'm just trying to travel by sight, not using waypoints as much. So I'd like to use the highways as landmarks, follow the lights. I can't remember where I've heard that IFR, I follow roads thing, but I love it. I think it was in one of Aviation 101's videos when he was flying in Alaska with angle of attack. Very nice. It makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I think this is Perth. The city of Perth. It's very cozy, lots of lights. That's the River Tay right there. Thank you for following, by the way. Welcome to the channel. Feel free to join in chat. So that is what we're following, I think. I think that's no, not that one. The left one, this one. That's M90. That's A9 right there. So let's follow that one instead. Keep that on our left. And it's so easy to follow highways though at night. They literally light the way. In daytime, it's so hard to find these smaller roads. I bet it will look even more amazing as the sun comes down. Get better night lighting. Yeah, exactly. Flying VFR is so satisfying, especially in this sim. In X-Plane, I remember doing this same thing, but I had to do so many things beforehand. Buying payware scenery, downloading it for hours and hours, installing it, worth like, I don't know, 300, 400 gigabytes of space. And then the loading time of the sim taking 20 to 30 minutes, no joke. That's how long it took. And then you could fly. Granted, you also had a nice payware plane. You could do this then. But here, you just pick anything, load it up. Granted, the default planes might be a bit of a trouble, but yeah, that's something that is getting improved more and more. So we should be headed southwest here. What's our current heading? Heading is 240 more or less. Yeah, that looks good. Just follow this road, follow the lights. Going pretty fast here. Can actually get a bit better fuel economy here if I lean the mixture. 1570, 1520 more or less. There you go. And let's switch tanks. Actually, no, we've already switched tanks. We're on the right tank now. Good. Hey, Bernicus. This is the Mooney Ovation M20R by Carenado. Highly recommend it. It's great for those VFR flights. The steam gauges are, as you can see, very high quality. The lighting is great. It flies great. That being said, I'm also looking forward to their Piper Arrow, because that one looks very promising. You can see the VOR needle actually changed here. There you go. Let's find that course that takes us direct to Glasgow. That's the one. So if we fly a heading of 230, which is actually exactly our course. So if we go straight, literally straight ahead, we should be arriving in Glasgow, because that's the VOR that I tuned in. So let me see if we put in 115.4 here as well, 115.4, and make that the active lock there. You should see a distance. There you go, the VOR of Glasgow, Golf Oscar Whiskey, 37 miles, 37 DME. Nice. So we get some old school navigation in here, mixed with a bit of technology. I love it. Purely for atmospherics. Yeah, I can get behind that. The world that they made here, it's totally next gen. It has so many other implementations aside from flight simulation. Even with add-ons, X-Plane scenery does not compare. That's very true. Yeah, the clouds definitely is something this sim has on a completely different level as well. Granted, X-Plane is still better for airliners and study level planes, but hopefully that will change soon enough. So this is the A9 we're following. We should come across a junction where we should keep to the left, and if we keep to the left, we should actually reach Stirling, and we have some landmarks there that we can explore. We'll see how they look at night. Should be good. I'm gonna fly to your city. Are you in Stirling right now? Oh, cool. Hey, Rick. Flaps 20. Turn the plane to a 75-degree angle. Do a barrel roll. Is that the next item? Might be the different stream you're looking for. We're all about the chills here. Chill in a good way, not chills. Welcome to the stream though, if this can be your thing. But yeah, no adrenaline pumping action here. At least not intentionally. Hey, Super! Glad you made it, man. How are you doing? And how is Mrs. Super doing? How's Stacy? What have you guys been busy with recently? How are things in Seattle, by the way? Can you go out already? I guess in the US it really depends on the state and the location, right? Very localized situations. Some areas don't even feel that there's anything happening. Some areas are heavily affected. I think that's the junction I'm referring to, so we keep to the left there. And that might be Stirling already in the distance. loving all the recent streams and content. Oh, amazing. Thank you. It's great to hear, man. Yes, thankfully. Thank you for these kinds of comments. Helps me keep going because, yeah, the interwebs can be a very harsh place sometimes. And I like to read through the comments, and some of the comments they're not encouraging, to say the least, maybe. You and I probably run different X-Plane. Yeah, you can make it look nice, the scenery. Like, I would say Orbix scenery is very good. It's very close to this one. Not the clouds though, just the ground itself. But like the landmarks, the custom buildings, those are also something different. But you have to spend like 200-300 gigs of your hard drive space, and you have to buy it separately and things like that. So totally on a different level. In the clouds, don't even begin with the clouds. There are workarounds in place, paid stuff like Xenviro to get these 3D volumetric clouds, but in my opinion, the level is not anywhere near what is natively supported here in Flight Sim 2020. So, in terms of visuals, there is no contest. Although in terms of study level planes, also, there is no contest right now. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, then, X-Plane wins it hands down for study level simulation. Thanks, Super. Appreciate that. Let's get lower here. Get closer to this one. I think we have these two viewpoints, I think, have an audio tour, so we can listen to it. Volumetric clouds kills your FPS in VR. Yeah. A head tracker is great. I'm a bit hesitant about VR. One, because it's super expensive. Two, because it's not yet optimally supported, I would say. Have to do a lot of tweaks and the performance isn't the best yet. And my main thing about it is I need my custom windows. For streaming, I need to read chat. For flight planning, I need little nav map. And I'm not sure if I can commit to just seeing the screen everywhere I look. Although I can imagine that is the most immersive experience, but for me, head tracker is the go-to solution. So I still have access to my screens. I'm not as much hurt with performance.
The National Wallace Monument is a tower standing on the shoulder of the Abbey Craig, a hilltop overlooking Stirling in Scotland. It commemorates Sir William Wallace, a 13th century Scottish hero. The tower was constructed following a fundraising campaign, which accompanied a resurgence of Scottish national identity in the 19th century. The campaign was begun in Glasgow in 1851 by Reverend Charles Rogers, who was joined by William Burns. Burns took sole charge from around 1855 following Rogers' resignation.
Oh, that's quick. Nice. Very nice night lighting here. National Wallace Monument. Oh, they made an entire thing. For a significant person. Let's have a look at Stirling Castle. Looks nice at night. Yeah, I actually didn't expect to see it at night. I didn't know it would have its own lighting and stuff like that. Very nice. Trucking in VR. Oh yeah. I think with VR you really get the most immersive experience, so there is no contest about that. Even if you have head tracker, it's not the same thing as VR, I can imagine, if you don't get dizzy with VR. But yeah, I want my extra
Stirling
screens.
Castle, located in Stirling, is one of the largest and most important castles in Scotland, both historically and architecturally.
Where is it?
The castle sits atop Castle
Oh,
Hill,
that one.
an intrusive
Sorry.
crag, which forms part of the Stirling Sill geological formation. It is surrounded on three sides by steep cliffs, giving it a strong defensive position. Its strategic location, guarding what was, until the 1890s, the farthest downstream crossing of the River Forth, has made it an important fortification in the region from the earliest times. Most of the principal buildings of the castle date from the 15th and 16th centuries. A few structures of the 14th century remain, while the outer defences fronting the town date from the early 18th century. Before the union with England, Stirling Castle was also one of the most used of the many Scottish royal residences, very much a palace as well as a fortress. Several Scottish kings and queens have been crowned at Stirling, including Mary, Queen of Scots, in 1542, and others were born or died there. There have been at least 8 sieges of Stirling Castle, including several during the Wars of Scottish Independence, with the last being in 1746, when Bonnie Prince Charlie unsuccessfully tried to take the castle. Stirling Castle is a scheduled ancient monument, and is now a tourist attraction managed by Historic Environment Scotland.
Nice roundabout there. And of course I noticed the roads. VR in ATS in ETS2? Yeah, I can imagine. I've gotten people saying that's an amazing experience. You will not be able to get into the beta though. I mean, if you want to drive in the 1.40 beta, for example, you will have to skip on it because the VR is on its own experimental branch. So it's like a beta of its own. So it's a bit delayed with the releases. So when we get 140, it will probably take, 1 or 2 weeks until that gets implemented for VR, the VR branch. But that aside, the delay aside, I think if you're into VR, then that's the most immersive experience you can get. I've had people comment that they cannot drive with anything else than having VR on. That's saying something. I'm not a fan yet, but that might change. Okay, so let's go direct to Glasgow now. I have 8 minutes, crap. Let's see if I can make it. Maybe I just go direct to the VOR. Yes. But I do want to follow the road. What should I do? Let's see. Stabilize first and foremost. Aviate, navigate, right? Stirling Castle, very nice. VR is just good for space sims. Yeah, it might depend on you actually, because some people are very much into it. So yeah, they like VR in truck sims too. It might really depend. If only there was a way you could try it, and then if you don't like it, return it. Well, in the US that might be very common. Okay, so this should be the M9 I think, or M80, what we're seeing in front of us. So that should curve around. There we go, we see that road curving to the right. That should head straight to Glasgow. Glasgow must be somewhere there, I think. We can try to change this one. So to go to Glasgow, we go on a 2-3-2 course. Something like that, so it should be somewhere there, I believe. But I do want to follow the roads, see how that looks a bit more up close. Let's get lower here, 1,000 feet maybe, so we get closer to the lights. Or no, let's say at 2,000 for now. VR in trucking is fun until you hit bumpy roads or have to stop. You get the point. Downtown, yeah. William Wallace is Braveheart. So no wonder his name sounds so familiar. Okay. Thanks, Alex. That gives a lot of context. No wonder I feel like I've heard him before. So he's a Scottish hero. You know what? I forgot the story already. I just remember, which actor was it? Mel Gibson? The gladiator of the olden days. I think that movie was a lot earlier than Gladiator, wasn't it? But it's one of those like belonging to the same classics era. I see. Jose Rizal Lapu-Lapu. I see. Oh, you know those guys, Kanabe. GJ. Maybe I should call you GJ. I think it's easier for me. Mel Gibson, indeed. How do you know Jose Rizal Lapu-Lapu? You have Filipino blood. So where are we going? Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot. That's not quite what we're looking for yet, although that is an airport that is very near us. That's the one. So that's the one that's lighting up. No runway lights or anything. That's actually accurate. What they do here, some people are complaining that the airports don't have lights. It really depends on the airport, and I think they have that in the database. Some airports really don't have runway lighting, which makes sense. Some do. And those have proper ones. Like we saw it in Dundee, right? Everything. The approach lights, the papi lights, runway lights, and all that stuff. And then you have these like airstrips which have nothing. Nice variety. The only question is that accurate? The roads, the lights in their database, the mapping. But that's a different question altogether. Originally from Baguio, moved to the UK when you were 12. Nice. Awesome stuff, man. How is it there in the UK? Oh, here, maybe, because we're here right now. How are things in the UK right now? Are you guys able to go out already? Vaccines, rolling out, stuff like that? Mel Gibson is actually shorter than William Wallace's sword. My goodness, really? Wow. What kind of sword do you call that? Is that like a broadsword? Goodness. So this one is the road we're following now, I think. Yeah, this one right here. So we follow this. This is the one. M80. Doesn't look that large for a motorway, does it? Is it? Yeah. If you look close enough, you'll see that those lights are actually floating. So they don't have the lampposts that stand them up. But I think that's, I guess, a performance call. Because imagine putting lampposts in each and every light. That will mean thousands of additional objects being rendered, which are not really visible from a few thousand feet up. So putting in those lampposts will be heavy on performance, but will not really gain a lot of visual improvement, because from this view it's not really obvious until you zoom in hard enough. So I think that's a very good call that they did. Very smart, actually. Do I truck in the UK? I do, not as often though, because I hate driving on the right side, on the right-hand drive truck, because I'm very bad at it. But I did that very recently with the Project Japan video, because they drive on the same side of the road. Yeah, I do have some videos of that though, especially with pro mods enabled. I don't like to drive in the UK without pro mods, because SCS default UK is not very good. Okay, here we have a couple of stuff. This is Glasgow already, supposedly in front of us. Not sure, I'm not seeing stuff yet though. No, Glasgow is, I think, maybe where those lights are. Could be. Looks like we'll be going over the time for a bit, guys. We'll just land in Glasgow and end it there. Now, where are we and where do we go for some tours? Nothing in Glasgow, really. No waypoint whatsoever. Yeah, this should already be Glasgow. There's everything here. No landmarks, dang it. Really? M8. Alright. Let's head straight to the airport then. I think this is the airport right here. Right in front of us. There you go. That's the one. Based on the 5 miles, yes. If we try and tune in the VOR, yeah, that's the one. Westbound, yeah, that's the one. Exactly. That should be Glasgow Airport. It's a nice finale, huh? Okay. We have our lights on. Well, I forgot to turn them off. That's fine. I think we'll need our speed brakes here. Slow us down to 140 knots so we can deploy our flaps. Lower our landing gear. Like so. Okay, we can remove those again. Landing gear going down. Looks like no puppy lights in Glasgow Airport. I hope I'm getting this right. Yes, it is the one. Okay, good. This is actually a smaller runway, runway 27. They have a larger runway, runway 23, which is I think that one. Those have puppy lights. But I mean, this is more perfect for our angle, so let's follow this one. And once we do land, there should be a gate on the right, something like that. Boring city. Biggest city of Scotland. Do you live in Glasgow? Sorry, I might have missed that. This runway is actually unused. Seems like it. I'm going very fast here. Full mixture, full prop. We can make it, that's fine. Hey Kuzu. Mooney Ovation. Mooney M20R by Carenado. Yay! Yay! Welcome back, Scotsman and Rohan. My goodness, there's a building right before the runway. Looks like we'll have to clear that first before I get anywhere here. Hope I don't hit that. Now I can understand why GJ is saying this runway is not used. Makes sense. Landing gear is down, flaps are full. Oh, the lighting is beautiful, isn't it? Just keeping it steady. Here we go. Go. There you go. Taxiway should be on our right. Okay. That's the one that we're missing right there. Good. Flaps going up. There's the ramp. Can turn off the landing lights. Oh. Go too fast. Should be a parking right somewhere here. It had 16 gallons on both tanks. It's like we measured it properly. Beautiful clouds there at night. Nice landing, butter landing. Well, that's because we have fake weather. If we had live weather, that would be a completely different story. No crosswind landings this time. Oh, and I forgot to use the recorder. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, exactly. Now try it again with live weather. Let's have a look. How does live weather look like right now? Yeah. Well, no one's flying right now with this kind of weather. Although I do love the lights here. Goodness. That looks so nice. Yeah, not flying with that one. Let's use that one instead. There you go. Zero visibility. Exactly. Very nice, old man. Thanks, guys. Thanks for keeping me company in our tour. Really enjoying these tours with you. Let's turn off avionics first and go with everything off like so. Perfect. 1 hour 18. That's already 1 hour 18. Oh, because we crashed. Okay, fine. Cool stuff. Next up is Castle Kennedy Airfield. It looks like we'll be passing through Stirling Castle. Probably not how we pronounce it. There's a Mount Stuart house there as well. The Riverside Museum did not appear for me. I'll have to double check that. Okay, but cool. So, let's end it there for now. We'll continue again probably next week or whenever I find the time. Thanks for making the time for me as well. Have a good day, guys. Appreciate the company. Yes, thanks Downtown. Thanks everybody. Catch you on Discord, okay? Have a good one. Catch you for trucking in 2 days' time. We just might be going Z mod then, depending on what comes out. GG. Thank you. Bye-bye and clumsy flying.